Whenever you are.
Alrighty, Darren Irrigan here on behalf of the MCVL, following the MCVL's championship match here in 2024 with the winners, the Trine University Thunder. From left to right, it's Kevin Boncaro, head coach Will Dowdy, Hunter Haas, and Nick Woolley. Coach, I guess we'll start with you. Just talk to us a little bit about the match and the feeling of you guys are going to the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, I mean, that was quite a battle. We knew going into this whole weekend that no matter who we played, it was going to be a battle. Yesterday against Baldwin Wallace was, and then today against Wittenberg, it was a heck of a fight with a lot of in-game adjustments and just trying to play who wanted it more volleyball.
Yeah, and I think yesterday you talked about you're kind of a big believer in the team that has more fun usually ends up winning. How did your team come out in probably one of the biggest matches in the history of the program with a bunch of guys that have had so much experience and this is all they ever wanted? How do they come out with that mentality that was like, we're just going to have fun today?
I think it's just a culture in our program. It's a lifestyle of a lot of it is I have to kind of corral them. I call it shepherding cats, herding cats. They're all over the place. The bus and kind of earlier today was just a lot of fun. Not too many thoughts on the match. Just trying to enjoy kind of all the time together.
Yeah, Nick, you're definitely one of the guys that brings the energy. Obviously, really everybody on Trine kind of has set that standard like Coach talked about. But just talk a little bit about that and how that kind of helped you guys out, especially in those first two sets there. You guys were rolling, and it seemed like you guys were the home team.
Yeah, the energy, it just builds point after point. You know, you get the first point, we're all fired up. But then when you get that second one, we go even crazier. It just, even if it's just a 2 or 3 point run, it just builds confidence within everybody. Even though it might be small little runs that we go on, overall you're thinking, wow, like we're actually doing pretty well right now. And it just builds off of that, and we just try and keep it going for as long as we can.
Kevin, for you, maybe a tougher question, but set 3 obviously didn't go your way, but I really thought you guys played very well in that set. How do you guys come out in set 4, just forget about it and kind of put your foot on the gas pedal there to get the big lead, and then you're able to hold them off?
I mean, we knew that we were a good team, and we know they're a good team, and good teams win sets. So Wittenberg's a great team. They went up there, they won a set, but we knew that we still had 2 more sets if we needed it to come through. We just had to reset 0-0 first 25 wins, and that's exactly what we did.
Hunter Haas, you've been kind of the guy for Trine for a long time. I think everybody in the MCVL knows your name and might be happy to see you go, to be honest. But just talk a little bit about your career at Trine. Obviously, it's not done yet. And just, like we said, all the individual accolades, but getting something done with your team as something to hang your hat on for your career.
Yeah, it's so special being able to celebrate this with the 5 seniors with all we've went through. Trine's men's volleyball program has gone through a ton of adversity, a lot of adversity. But ever since, I've always had the same mindset: as good or bad liberos are known, good liberos they're hidden, and great liberos are a presence. And I just try and be a presence for my team on the court. Try and make sure everyone knows that I'm there, I have their backs, and we just need to play our game and have fun.
Nick and Kevin, what's it like having a guy behind you guys for the most part, like Hunter Haas, on a daily basis?
Kind of makes my job the easiest in the world, to be honest with you. Just being able to go up and then, having Haas in the back row passing balls, it's perfect. And then you have a first team outside and a first team right side that you can choose to set. And the middle, that should honestly be a first or second team as well. So it makes my life as easy as it can get.
How about the seniors? The Hunter commented on the senior class. How about both you guys? Talk about the seniors.
Well, like he said, it's just been 4 years of, the last 3 years we made the tournament first round exit, and we came in this year and it was just like, this is it. Hungry dog's gonna run faster. When we go in, it can't. We had times in the season where we'd start off slow in the first set, and then we'd come back, and once we're warm in the second set, we could go on a run. But today we just knew that was not an option. Wittenberg's a great team, so to be able to win that first set, we needed it. So all the seniors, we were hanging out and we were talking about it all last night. We were dreaming of this moment, and it actually happened. So,
Well, I'm a junior, and it was great to watch the senior class because they're so tight. And I remember the bus ride back from our last match before the tournament started, and Matt was sitting in the back of the bus, and he was, "We need to win. We need to win. This is our last chance." And that really flipped the switch in my head of, this is more than me. It's more than the team. It's more than everything. It's like these guys don't get a chance to play this level of volleyball again, and we need to win it for them.
Coach, can you reflect a little bit about that group, the seniors that you have? And I think a lot of people think as a coach, like, okay, we have a really veteran roster this year. This is going to be our year. It doesn't always happen that way, right? But it certainly did for you today. So just talk a little bit about your senior class and now the opportunity that they get to play at least one more volleyball match.
These 5 guys have been awesome. They've grown a lot with the program. They've been put through a lot, having to mature pretty quickly. That freshman and sophomore year going through some stuff. But it's awesome having kind of that leadership, and that they're very well respected in the program. Everyone in the program likes them and wants to continue having them around and continuing to fight. I kind of said going into the match yesterday, we had a lot of energy and we were fighting to play one more day. And then today we needed to have that energy plus some to try to buy one more week.
I know it's hard to till you see the video, but just talk about like the specifics of the match today. What do you think were the keys to getting it done?
We knew Michael Yerk was going to be a heck of an offensive presence, and that just overall from a serving presence, Wittenberg just goes back and bombs all 6 rotations. Even Andrew, their setter, who's got a pretty aggressive float serve. There's no one you can kind of just go back and relax. So we knew we had to be kind of locked in and serve receive, and then try to find a way to slow Yerk down, and then Reese, the rookie of the year middle that they have, is quite a presence also.
3rd year in a row, the visiting team comes in and wins the final. Did you talk about that at all, or?
I think the guys had kind of talked about it a little bit. I've heard it on some bus trips. Once it kind of looked like we weren't going to host. Not saying that that's going to be the game plan going forward of always trying to be the visiting team. It'd be nice to not have to travel, but it's always nice to keep it going.
We talked a little bit yesterday about just the institution that Trine is in Division III athletics, and Coach Dowdy admittedly said, yeah, there's kind of a lot of pressure on us. Like, we're an up-and-coming group, but like there's an expectation at Trine. So Hunter, you've been around the block. Talk about that, and you're now going to be able to put that NCAA patch on your jersey and represent Trine.
Oh, honestly, a lot of surprise with all the success that Trine has. Like seeing the basketball team go as far as they did. Like they've had some ups and downs. We were watching some of their games. Our softball team obviously has been a great presence in the NCAA. It's nice to be able to put our name in the hat and try and prove that we're also a program that needs to be recognized within Trine University.
Nick, anything to add to that? Just kind of the presence at Trine, kind of the upward climb of the program, and now this is obviously a milestone for you guys as tournament champs and now NCAA qualifiers.
Yeah, Trine prides itself on athletics. If you talk to anyone there, that's what they say. And ever since our freshman year, women's volleyball coach, her name is Coach Waz, she told us, you guys aren't leaving here without a banner, without something on that banner. And it's just like, wow, you step in, that's the expectation. It was the 2nd year of the program when we got there, so it's like, all right, well, let's hit the ground running, let's try and do it.
You follow this stuff closely, maybe not as closely as you'll certainly follow closely now, but any thoughts on where you guys might be headed, opponent? I know a lot of it will depend on who wins conference tournaments, etc. But have you delved into it a little bit?
I have a feeling it'll probably be either going to Loris or Carthage, whoever would win the CCIW. And then if somehow we end up going east, I think it'll probably be Southern Virginia. But whoever we play is going to be a tough matchup. But I think this weekend has prepped us for how to play 2 high-level matches kind of back-to-back, and kind of knowing how to prep for it and go into it. Should be a fun time.
That'll wrap things up, unless we have any other questions for Trine, but I'll wrap things up with you 4. Congratulations once again on an outstanding season and culminating in the 2024 MCVL postseason championship and a trip to the NCAA tournament. Does that sound pretty good to you 4?
Oh, yeah.
All righty. Well, for you 4, we will be out of here and get you back to celebrating. Congrats, you guys, at one more week at least of MCVL volleyball for you.